I guess the biggest of which is, well, you know what? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've talked about all the international success that wrestling is enjoying right now. We just saw a new record set at the O2 Arena this past weekend for AEW's Forbidden Door. And now, believe it or not, a premium live event in Paris this weekend, Jeff.
Before we get into this, can we go back to because there's so much on Forbidden Door. Tanahashi's last, like, I don't even want to finish this episode to cover that. I thought it was really cool and really special. Tanahashi got the pin.
Yes.
This is his last year. They announced it was his last match that he was ever going to have in the UK. And so I'm a huge, Tanahashi in his prime. I put him up there at the very tip top. Charismatic, hard hitting. I think it's cool. That shot right there that we're looking at. When you see Omega and Tanahashi, is that the biggest rival Tanahashi had against a foreigner? Conrad, you're more.
I don't know the answer to that. I've heard that Tanahashi is kind of like and you spent more time over there than I did, but I heard a lot of people say he was like, and I'm not saying style wise, but just what he meant to the promotion. Once upon a time, he was New Japan's John Cena. Was that the way you would describe him?
I mean, he's the ace. I mean, that was his nickname. He's the president. He's transitioned to that. But for him to go out on a sold out show, I just so much respect for the guy. But anyway, man, we could go all the way through that card, but obviously squeeze for time. But it was a special night, and I didn't. To do it justice, Tanahashi getting his hand raised, getting the pin in his final match in the UK. Job well done, my friend. It was good to catch up with him as well. So anyway, premium live event. What do you think, Connie? Paris. They've got quite the run of shows over there, don't they?
Yeah, let's run through some of the matches that we'll see this weekend. I got to say, Jeff, I'm loving these international pay-per-views because, and I know that All In Texas was not an international pay-per-view. But the experience for the pay-per-view viewer at home was similar in that, hey, it's a matinee show. Mm-hmm. I loved that we had a matinee show in July from AEW and another in August. I think we're going to get a matinee show this weekend in Paris. I think that's really cool. And I know that there's sometimes been criticism about, oh, these AEW shows are too long. I don't think anybody says that on a daytime show, Jeff.
No, well, I led with that the people in the UK, obviously that was an evening, and that was a long time, and it was a bank holiday, and I know that in London you have curfews. You've got to get guys, you got to get folks on trains, and you have to be very conscientious of that. But as far as stateside, I'll say this: like Karen and Codes. They clicked it on. They got up Sunday. They watched church online, did a few things around the house. And then, Cody was in hog heaven. My man was watching 0 Hour at 10:30 in the morning. They threw it up on the big screen and had a good old time. And, that is like they went through not one football, but 2 football games. And so that's, I know we're probably going to talk about WrestlePalooza and we got Full Gear and we were hitting on World's End and, Saturday pay-per-views, because me and you, Conrad, come from the school that pay-per-views are only Sunday nights. And I know that's changed, but the daytime deal, it's a game changer, not just the United States, but giving the ability to do these premium live events in a Saudi, in a Paris, in London, all around the world. Australia, same thing. It's even more of a time change, but you can make it work. A Sunday afternoon over there is a Saturday night here. So lots of upside for our international fans, which I'm here for that. Goes without saying, I'm a huge international professional wrestling fan.
Hey, there's been a lot of reporting online. I don't know that you've seen this, but Okada is supposedly the longest reigning champion in AEW right now with his unified title.
Well, I know you like to jump on the bandwagon and discount my.
No. That's what I wanted to point out, because the boss, who's with us here live on YouTube, says, "Hey Jeff, how's it feel to be the longest running champion in AEW history?" Because I'm just saying, I feel like once again, the dirt sheet narrative, they're out to get Double J. Yeah, go get it, Jeff. Let's remind everybody. Matter of fact, why don't you take down that world title behind you and throw that one up there and remind everybody that until somebody can take that sumbitch from you, you, my friend, are the longest reigning champion in AEW history. I mean, those are just facts. We don't make the rules, boys and girls.
Connie, Tom Campbell right now squirting in his pants right now because he's watching it live. I'm making the boss happy, Tom Campbell, and a lot of other fans. Yes.
I mean, to me, it's up there with the most prestigious titles you've ever held. We should take down that AEW world title and replace it with that one.
I might do that next week.
Just let everybody know who's boss around here.
There you go. But Okada is kicking ass as well. Him and Swerve. Wow.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about the weekend card. We've got some fun matchups I want to run through, and I want you to give me your picks, Jeff. And this is brought to you by our friends at MyBookie. I can't believe this is real, but football's kicking off this weekend and wrestling. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but Nikki Bella is going to be challenging Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title. Nikki Bella never even had a shot at this before because it's a new belt. So they've had some really great promos. I think Becky has done some fabulous work selling this match. What do you think? What do you expect this weekend? Becky Lynch or Nikki Bella?
Becky Lynch, hammer down. Becky took the business super serious. I think that was a huge part of her ascension of the man. I was working over there and got to work with her some. And I've always respected of I call it game face, getting dialed in, whatever it may be. She's always had that. I think motherhood has turned her focus up another notch. You always have kind of two roads you're going to take coming out of that. Is she whatever? But you can tell, man, she's dialed in as a performer, and so hammer down. No way is Bella going to get a W on this opportunity. No way.
Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed does have Paul Heyman in his corner. Does that make it difficult for you to pick, or are you picking the same as everybody else in this one?
Bronson, keep a clicker in your pocket, my friend. Keep a clicker because you're going to be counting some lights that day.
What about Rusev and Sheamus? It's called a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. I think we'll see some big meaty men slapping meat here or something like that.
You know what? All kidding aside, let's kind of address the obvious. Sheamus, it's really hard. And look, this may be taken. I don't know, but Sheamus, he can have a kick-ass match and take things to another level. And really, when people get done watching a kick-ass Sheamus match, they're just like, holy shit, what a great match. I think Miro has the opportunity to kickstart his career back to another level. If he doesn't rise to the Sheamus intensity level, I don't know. Not going to be good for him. So I hope he brings everything he's got in it, because I know Sheamus will. Sheamus will get that hand raised, but Miro, you better be ready, pal. I think he will be too. I do. I expect nothing but a fantastic, hard-hitting performance, but let's see.
I think Rusev wins. I don't think Sheamus has to have the win, so I'm going to be different from you there. But here's the one that nobody can pick. Seth Rollins comes in as the world champion in a fatal four-way for the world title, and he's got three challengers. CM Punk, who he just screwed out of the title, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. What do you think, Jeff? Who are you picking?
Clash in Paris. Oh, Seth's walking in and walking out champion. He'll use the psychology bit will be used on multiple levels. I'm gonna go with Seth.
We know that Logan Paul has been talking about John Cena quite a bit. He recently had a quote that said, John Cena is the greatest of all time for now. I intend to be the greatest of all time, if not one of the greatest of all times. I want my name to be thrown in that hat. There's a real thing when it comes to being a locker room leader. Like the guy who leads the company is the face of the company, is respectful to everyone in the crew, to everyone who helps make this well-oiled machine work. And John Cena has been that guy for 20, 25 years. I fully believe I have the capacity to do all of that. Does he have the capacity to beat John Cena in John's last match in Paris?
No.
SaveWithConrad.com.
My name is Rajiv. I'm in Sacramento, California. I came to Save with Conrad because I've heard Conrad talk about how he helps people all the time save money and the best route to go for getting some mortgages and finances done. And having heard so many different testimonials in the past, it made the most sense to go this route. We were in the market for a new house and we wanted to know what we could afford. So we spoke with Steve and then Diane to get through the pre-approval process to see what we could afford. And then once we were able to understand that aspect of it, that was when we were able to shop around for a house to get a mortgage through Save with Conrad. Everybody on the team was great. Everybody really explained everything fully to where it was more in like layman's terms to where I could understand it as someone not in the business or having shopped around for houses too many times. So being able to understand every step of the process and talking with everyone on the team about that was really, really helpful. And it made me feel really confident that I was going the right route. I would definitely recommend Save with Conrad to others. I know that sometimes people look at it and they go, oh, they're based in Alabama. What could they help me with? But I'm out here in California and they were able to square everything away and get things done really quickly, as opposed to sometimes even people out here don't move as quickly as the Save with Conrad team. So everything was really well done, really efficient, and I would definitely recommend Save with Conrad to others. My name is Rajiv. I'm in Sacramento, California, and I was able to get into my dream home with SaveWithConrad.com.
That's number 212 non-equal housing lender. SaveWithConrad.com.